football, in fantasy football, we are doing hot ones as the punishment. Clip that shit for YouTube Shorts, baby.
When you feel like your face has been sprayed by mace. When you feel it down below, that's not colon blow. When your waiver picks are all wrong, now you're eating the bomb. That's the burning of a hot ones. Come on, get ready, you got one more. Chase it with milk or you'll be lying on the floor. You forgot to draft, now you're sitting in last. That's the burning of a hot ones. Your players stank, now you're trying not to tank. That's the burning of a hot ones. You picked it back after a kicker, now you better beware. The only runs you'll get are in your underwear. That's the burning of hot ones.
Welcome, everybody.
That is quite the intro.
Internet Football Podcast. I'm Travis. 9th place or 8th place, whatever the fuck I am. Joined by Wyatt. 11th place? 10th place? 11th place.
The juicy 11th.
Oh, I'm 9th, so neither of us are in the playoffs currently. They call us the basement dwellers. Yeah. I'm going to say we're outside of the playoffs because it gives us really good perspective on the top teams.
True.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
It lets us focus more. We're locked in.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're doing another power rankings today. Once I actually,
I'm hyped. It's my first one.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. The last one was like, Bengi was there, and like I think he was lagging a little bit or something, and it was just kind of insane. So I'm pretty stoked. Let's get this pulled. Oh. Can you see it?
Oh, shit. I can see it.
Whoa. All right. I've randomized the team order. We are starting with 2 Bs, so it doesn't look like it, but you know what I did? I swear. So our first team is Brett. Brett is currently sitting in 3rd place in the standings at 4-3. He's the 3rd highest scoring team, I think. Yeah, 3rd highest scoring team. 3rd hardest strength of schedule too. So it's been a pretty good season for Bert overall. I mean, and we both picked it to be number 1 in the league, so I feel like I finally may have gotten a prediction okay.
Yeah, I mean, his team has definitely been performing pretty well. Him seeing AJ Brown do well last week was probably a good sight for him because he has not been doing great. And the Eagles have not looked great, but...
Yeah, and he's gotten some good performances from like Michael Pittman and guys we didn't expect to be great. Last week, Aaron Rodgers popped off. It's a pretty deep team. I mean, yeah, he's got like 3 good receivers, 3 good running backs, and that's kind of all you can ask for, plus Josh Allen.
Yeah, and I think Jordan Addison is he's going to end up being a pretty good pick. He's been really good the last few weeks. He seems like he's Carson Wentz's favorite target, even though he has Justin Jefferson on his team. And we'll see how that changes with JJ McCarthy coming back, because it definitely could. But he's looked really good so far.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's gotten just little guys like that, like DeAndre Swift, who I think was like my biggest question mark on this team from the beginning. DeAndre's just been really good. I think having
he's been
Ben
going
Johnson
crazy
there
lately.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Johnson is just like a fucking magician. So, and he's getting the carries too. I mean, he hasn't had lower than 12 carries in a game, and he's hitting like 17, 19 in some games. So, it feels pretty good.
Yeah, I say we plop him in A tier, and
okay, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Could potentially, I don't know if he could potentially go to S tier, but I think he's probably pretty good in A tier.
Yeah, I think if AJ Brown lives up to the draft stock, that's how he gets to S tier. Like on a consistent basis. It can't just be like random explosions. It's got to be because last week he had 4 catches and 120 yards. Like that's not going to happen every week.
No.
So
and 2 touchdowns.
He needs more targets. But if that happens, that's like maybe the way he moves to S. But I think A is a pretty good spot for Brett.
I agree. Potentially, maybe like the bottom of A, but we'll see how everybody else is looking.
Yeah, because like I don't know about you. But, like when coming into this, I had an idea for S tier, but A tier, I'm kind of like I don't really know how I feel about the order yet. So I'm excited to work that out a little bit.
Yeah, I did not think this through in the slightest before starting, so this is completely off the top.
I don't like purposely, but when we're like, hey, let's do power rankings, it's like, oh yeah, well, I know one team that's already D tier, but like other than that, I'm not like 100% positive. All right, next team we have Mr. Vito himself. It's B-Way. Also, we're kind of blitzing through this because there's a Vikings game tonight. We normally don't record on Thursdays, but there's a yappy person in Jacksonville that wants Wyatt to watch the Jacksonville game or the Vikings game. So
it's gonna be a banger.
I hope so. Number 2, speaking of the Chargers, is B-Way. B-Way is also 4-3, like Brett. He's currently the bottom of 4-3, so that puts him in 6th place. Okay scoring, mediocre to low strength of schedule, or like easy schedule.
We'll say
I guess
he has less points scored than I do, and I'm in 11th. So I'm not salty about it at all.
That is true, and if you look directly below him in the standings, there's a pretty big points discrepancy between him and the 7th place team, who I'm sure we'll get to in a bit. You also just made a big trade with Garrett today. That popped through today.
That is true. That did happen.
How do you think that impacts Garrett's team, positively or negatively?
I think it helps him in that as long as the Cowboys stay on fire, he'll do well because, CeeDee Lamb is obviously one of the best receivers in the league, and then George Pickens has been doing really well with CeeDee out, so it's kind of to be determined how well he's going to do when they're both on the field every game. But with Dak Prescott playing so well and the Dallas defense being so garbage, so they have to score like 30-plus points every game to win, I think he has the potential to be a good team. And both of those receivers could finish in the top 12 of receivers.
Yeah. I think this team, assuming he makes the playoffs, which is looking solid with a 4-3 start, but not guaranteed, the late season potential of this team is kind of crazy. The fact that he has like Bucky Irving, James Cook, Breece Hall, and Scadaboo at running back. Or sorry, Scadaboo's in the trade, isn't he?
Yep.
Okay, Scadaboo and Zay Flowers. So he's getting Pollard. Okay. So yeah, he gets it's not as good as Scadaboo, obviously, but Pollard. And then receivers, Pickens, Lamb, plus Worthy, who's looked really good. He's pretty top heavy, but I think the top is pretty heavy.
Yeah. And you can't forget Indiana Jones. He's like the quarterback 3 on the year or something like that.
Yeah, and he's surprisingly really consistent. He had one bad game against the Rams, I think, and he should have been way better if Adonai Mitchell didn't drop that fucking pass at the goal line. He would have gotten an extra 14 points, or not 14, whatever, 7 or 8 points in that game. So, I think this is a really solid team. I guess, where do you compare this to Brett? First of all, it's a good place to start.
I would say it's comfortably below Brett, especially with Bucky Irving still being out. I would say I'd feel good with putting him in B tier for now, with the potential to move lower. Honestly.
Okay, that's interesting. I think maybe I'm a little higher. I definitely want to put him in B for now, but to me, I see him as mid to top of B. I guess we'll kind of see how it plays out. I think the middle, like it is every week, is going to be very cluttered. So we'll see how all that goes. All right, his opponent this week is Justin, who's currently in 8th place. Justin is he the hardest schedule in the league now? He is, I think, because Spencer just put up like 170 on him.
160 or whatever it was.
Yeah. He's scoring decently. I think he's like 6th or 7th in scoring. How do you feel about I kirk off to my cousins?
It's weird because when you look at his team, it's not super inspiring. I mean, he's got Dak Prescott, who I was just saying has been playing really well. But other than and then Jackson Smith and Jigba is on bye this week, but he has been absolutely insane. So outside of those two, though, it's like McConkey has been a little disappointing. He's made a comeback in the last few weeks. Chris Olave gets a shit ton of targets, but it doesn't mean that much because it's Spencer Rattler throwing him the ball. Saquon has been pretty bad, especially for where he got drafted at. So, I mean, I definitely think this is the worst team that we've looked at so far. But he's definitely he has some potential, especially if Quentin Johnston went down and then Ladd McConkey's getting that many more targets. If Saquon returns to form, he definitely could get better. But that Trevion Henderson pick is really dragging him down a lot. So
yeah, getting fucked by that in another league. So I totally feel that. I think Chris Olave is kind of the wild card to me here because there's a chance he gets traded, and then because it's Chris Olave, there's always a chance he gets hurt. I think he's questionable right now for who the fuck knows what. No idea. Yeah, I mean the targets are there, and if they did ask him in the media this week about trades, and he was like, "We'll see what happens." So that could be in the cards, and I think if he ends up on like a really good team, like I don't know, Buffalo, then maybe that potential
would be crazy.
Maybe that potential spikes. But I think this is definitely the worst bench we've seen so far. Holy shit, it is terrible.
I mean, this dude is rostering Caleb Johnson and Darnell Mooney. I mean, Mooney can be okay, but he has been hurt and hasn't been doing a whole lot. But Caleb Johnson, there's no way he should be on a roster.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, Trevion is getting close to unrosterable. Mark Andrews has been done nothing. I mean, obviously that's without Lamar. He had one good game.
Even with Lamar, he wasn't very good. So
yeah, so one running. I mean, he's starting Nick Chubb for God's sake.
Yeah, it's not great. He literally has one running back, and Saquon has been very underwhelming. So his running back is definitely a big issue on this team.
Yeah, I think C tier is like the pretty clear point for Justin.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see where he
definitely
don't
think he's DeBomb watch, but
yeah, already having 3 wins is a nice. I mean, because 4. Once you get to 5 wins, you're pretty much guaranteed not last.
Yeah.
And most years it's been, or half the years it's been 3, half the years it's been 4. So that's gonna be a big thing to everyone to watch this week. Is just like, can you get above 5 wins? And we'll see if Justin can.
Yeah.
All right. Number 4. I don't know. This is really number 4. I don't know why. I'm like fucking ADD as hell. We're talking about.
Are you
Wyatt.
good?
No, apparently. We're talking about your team now.
Yeah, how do you feel about my team?
I've
gotten some slander on past podcasts that I've watched.
Okay.
Whether that's deserved or not is
Yeah, I mean, look, the bottom teams we're gonna notice there's like one pick that's really cooking them. 1 to 2 draft picks from the early, like the first 4 rounds that's really fucking them over. Justin's was Trayvon Henderson in the 4th or the 5th? And unfortunately yours is...
You're going to make me cry.
Is Brian Thomas.
No.
All right, and obviously the James Conner injury compiling with that. But
yeah.
I like the trade for you today.
I know also you give up like
Pickens, but I think getting Cam Scatterbo, who is like going to be the key to the Giants' offense, it seems like, It's pretty big, especially when you're starting Tony Pollard currently.
Yeah, I mean, Tony Pollard hasn't been terrible. I think he's like the RB 24 on the year or something. He's just not been anything special, and it seems like he's losing snaps to Tajay Spears. So
Yeah.
that's why I was trying to shop him and get something else. So I feel pretty good about the trade. I am very I'm known as the anti-kicker guy, but I was very sad to lose my boy Brandon Aubrey because he's the GOAT.
I know he's
So I'm gonna
like
have
great
to
in real
scrounge.
life. Is he doing well in fantasy? I genuinely just
He
have
is
no
the number
idea.
one kicker so far.
Okay, that's pretty good. Huh?
And has missed one extra point, and that's it on the season.
Jesus, dude.
So
Yeah. My first
right,
thought with this
this
team
is
is
my
bottom
question.
of C tier.
okay, I was gonna say this is my question: am I the bomb watch?
Record wise, yes. However, I mean, this week
Yeah.
is going to be huge.
This week is massive.
Obviously, you play Trisha, who's towards the bottom of the standings, and we play, I think, twice still. I don't think we've played yet.
We
And
have
those
not.
matchups are going to be pretty big because we're 3 of the bottom 4 teams. Or wait, no, me and Bengi play for rivalry week, so maybe we only play once. But
Yeah, I
we
don't
actually
know.
play next week. Joy.
Wow.
So yeah, these next 2 weeks are gonna be huge for you. But I think bottom of C tier for now. Record wise, you are into
Okay.
bomb watch, but we'll see how this new trade if it can propel you out of there.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I feel okay about my team. I mean, I'm like 8th in scoring or something, and if Bo Nix can turn it around, I mean, the Broncos game last week was absolutely bonkers. He scored 40 fantasy points in 1 quarter, and I was like, so happy.
I had
That's
I
the
had
only
those
reason
my-
I won.
I had the Giants as my upset of the week, my super dog in pick'ems, and
You
I was like,
idiot.
I'll be frank, I was like blacked out from the Jags game. I think we had 6 bottles of champagne.
Oh my god.
And I went to sleep, and the Giants were like kicking ass. And then I woke up, and I just look up, and like I see the kicker shaking a second extra point for the Giants, and then the Broncos come down in 3 plays
no.
and score. And I was like, this is not real. This is a drunk like fantasy. Yeah, that was. All right. Do we have any names for tiers? I forgot we have to do that. Shit.
Well, we
I'm gonna make
definitely
this
got to
one
keep
the
D the bomb watch.
I don't know. We'll play it by ear.
Yeah.
Kind of like
We'll
hungry,
figure
so
it
I'm
out.
like I'm thinking like food, like maybe like chicken wing theme.
Okay.
But we'll
I'm down.
We'll okay. Who's next? Next, oh Jesus, it's Reeves. Oh goodness gracious! Reeves is 6-1. He's
Yep.
second in scoring on the season. He has had the easiest schedule by a pretty
a lot.
substantial margin.
Like a
Wow.
lot.
It was
Like 80
it wasn't-
points.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad until I scored 69 nice against him last week. And then it just like plummeted. Who's next? Biz at fucking Jesus. But I mean, again, second in scoring, so it's not like he's winning games that he really shouldn't have. Yeah. Well, what do you think of Reeves?
I mean, obviously, the Christian McCaffrey pick has been great. Puka Nacua has been great, other than getting injured. I mean, I think I saw that he's supposed to be back after the bye week this week. He kind of seems like he lucked out in getting Jake Ferguson in like the 13th round or whatever it was, because he's like the tight end 1 on the year. But I mean, this team is really, really good. Like, Ibuka has been really good. Obviously, Bill Krosky Merritt isn't turning out to be too great. Like he had a really good game, and then people were like, "Oh my God, he's here to stay. Like he's gonna be an RB1." And then he had 2 duds in a row. So I don't really know what to think about him. But overall, this team, I mean, he's got to be an S tier. He's definitely a championship contender.
Yeah, he is for sure S tier. I do think it's interesting. His picks are all like either amazing or like kind of mid. When you look at his draft, like amazing would be like Ibuka, McCaffrey, and Jake Ferguson. Um, but then like mid or bad. I mean,
And
Jaden
Puka.
Daniels has been hurt the whole year. Oh yeah, and Puka, yeah, he's up by. But like Matthew Golden really hasn't done all
He's
that
been pretty
much. Ted McMillan has been like fine.
I feel like he would be so good if he wasn't on the Panthers.
Yeah. It's easy to forget Reeves drafted Colston Loveland as his first tight end. That one didn't pan out, but obviously the ceiling between Ibuka, Puka, and Christian McCaffrey is just insane. So yeah, I think it's pretty obviously S tier.
Yeah, for sure. And the trade that he did with you, where you needed to get a little better now, and he is kind of playing for the playoffs. I think once Omarion Hampton comes back, he's going to be great. So I feel like that definitely helps him out because his running backs were looking a little weak. He also has Trey Benson on IR, who could be good once he comes back. I'm not sure when he's going to come back, but he has 2 pretty good running backs waiting in the wings.
Yeah.
Speaking of wings.
Yeah, I just went spicy chicken wings. Because God, what sounds good right now? Some fucking spicy chicken wings.
Is there a flavor for chicken wing sauce?
I mean, there's like, if you go like Buffalo Wild Wings, like Asian Zing, which is a pretty good sauce.
Pretty good.
It's pretty spicy. Okay,
that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Asian Zing, but not problematic. My coworker yesterday showed me this video called like "I Am Ninja" or "I Want to Be Ninja" from some podcast, and it was like the most cringe thing I've ever seen. I was like, "Am I allowed to watch this at work? I don't think so." There's like this white lady who was like a mattress salesperson, just being like, "I want to be ninja," but like standing in front of like a whole crowd of people who had bought a mattress from her, including like this Asian lady in the front row. And the Asian lady just had like 1,000-yard stare, like, what the fuck?
What is happening?
Yeah, so that's why I have to make sure we're not being problematic.
Yeah, you gotta put that disclosure out there.
All right, next, potentially, based on our previous rankings, potentially joining Reeves up in the spicy chicken wing tier is going to be Spencer Hayes is somehow 7th in the league, first in scoring, second hardest schedule. He has put up some insane numbers. I believe he has 2 games over 160 this year, and his lowest game is like 106, which is about Trisha's highest game.
Damn.
Sorry, that was mean. She's not here, so get fucked. Oh wait, no, Trisha. Oh yeah, no, that's 105. Yeah, I think Spencer is S tier as well. I don't know. Do you have any debate about that?
No, I agree that he should be S tier. It's crazy that he is number 1 in scoring by 30 points and has a losing record in week 7. Like, that is just fantasy in a nutshell right there. I mean,
yeah,
he's got the quarterback 1 on the season. Pat Mahomes has been just going off. He's back for fantasy purposes. And then this past week got Rashee Rice back, the quarterback 1's number 1 receiver. So it's like he was already strong and got even stronger with Rashee Rice coming back. So that it's kind of scary. I feel like this is the best team in the league, honestly.
Yeah, that was the next question I was going to ask. Because I think it's pretty clearly loaded. I mean, Stephon Diggs even have been like decent recently, especially if Drake May keeps bombing the ball. J.K. Dobbins is good so far, a little touchdown dependent, but is getting pretty consistent usage. I mean, Jordan Mason's been solid. Again, Aaron Jones is coming back, so maybe he won't be. I mean, he has the most talented tight end in the league. I don't know. I don't think he's number one in fantasy. I think that's Ferguson still, but
Yeah.
I think Trey McBride's easily the best tight end in the league right now.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
And yeah, it's disgusting. I think I also lean above Reeves. Reeves' ceiling with that three guys, God, it's so hard. If Jaden Daniels comes back and plays well, I think Reeves' ceiling may be higher.
Yeah,
But he's currently
it's definitely
starting Caleb
possible.
Williams.
But I feel like even when Jaden Daniels has been playing this year, he hasn't actually been that good.
Yeah.
Like he's had decent fantasy scores, but he hasn't been like he was last year.
Yeah, no, it's not been amazing. And maybe he's been hurt the whole year. I don't really know. But
Yeah,
ugh.
I mean, I just feel like Spencer has the quarterback one and the running back one, and then Rashee Rice is, I mean, I think going to be a top 10 receiver the rest of the season. Drake May has looked really good, so Stephon Diggs. I mean, it's kind of weird because Drake May has looked really good, but it's been like this receiver will pop off one game, this receiver will pop off one game, so it's kind of like hit or miss there. But he does have Garrett Wilson. Once he comes back from injury, who knows who's going to be throwing him the ball? But he's going to get like 20 targets a game. Yeah,
Jacoby Myers is another trade candidate. Yeah, I mean, if the Raiders trade Jacoby Myers, like that could be another one where it's just like, oh great, he ended up on some good team and now he's just doing fucking. He's back to 8 catches a game. Like, who knows?
Yep.
Yeah, they're both. I mean, again, I think Reeves or Spencer, like whichever is your preference, would be fine to me. But yeah, I'm okay putting Spencer number one.
Yeah, I mean, if this is our Super Bowl matchup, I would not be surprised.
Yeah, which wasn't this the Super Bowl last year? I like completely checked out last year, so I don't know.
Have no idea.
Right.
No, I think it was Spencer versus Biz actually, because Biz won.
Oh, Biz won last year. Yeah, she did. She was the first year had 2/3 time. Okay, next team is Trisha. Trisha's had the 4th hardest schedule and is lowest in scoring by not as much as I thought, actually.
Yeah, I
definitely
did
thought
not realize Biz was so close to her. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, me neither. And even like I'm closer than I thought, but my team's ass, so that makes sense. Yeah. I will say Trisha did have her best score of the year last week, so it's always a nice thing to see. But she's gonna need some. She really needs a win this week to avoid doing hot ones.
If she loses to me this week, it's gonna be a long road to get not last for her. But that being said, I'm terrified of this matchup this week.
Yeah. I see. God, every time I look at her team, I'm like, it's not deep, but it's not that bad. I mean, Terry McLaurin coming back could be good. Jaden Daniels has already been ruled out. And Terry McLaurin's practicing in full, so that could be positive, but the Chiefs are a hard matchup, so she might not even play him. But I do think it's good that, like, some of her players are hitting their stride right now. I mean, Ramondre Stevenson just had one of his best games of the year. Chase Brown had one of his best games of the year as well, which is not saying much because those players have not been great all year. But
I tried so many times to trade for Chase Brown, and she wouldn't do it.
Yeah, she did not want to trade. She's like, "That's my boy. We're sticking with him." It's so funny when you think back to that week 1 trade. She also has Pacheco on the bench.
I'm like, yeah, and I feel like Pacheco could be decent with Kareem Hunt being injured. So
yeah, I mean, I would probably play Pacheco at flex and then either decide between Shakir or Downs at receiver.
Yeah.
Depending on Downs' health. Actually, I may play Shakir. God, I don't know.
I think I would play Shakir either way, honestly.
Yeah.
Over Downs.
Too. Especially if Downs is coming off a concussion. But yeah, I think hopefully for her, her team is rounding into form and she can rip off a couple wins at the end. Hopefully for you, that doesn't happen, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I think for now, she's maybe the only one in the bomb watch. But honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to not having anyone in the bomb watch because we're all so close at the bottom. But it feels kind of like lame to not have someone in the bomb watch. Because someone's
I think
gonna
there's
be
two teams.
the bomb.
I think there's two teams that should be in there right now.
Okay.
And I do think Trisha's one. I don't think she's last right now.
I wonder who you're talking about.
Well, next team we're talking about is Banglewood. Banglewood.
So it's Banglewood.
Yeah, at 5-2, the bomb watch.
5-2.
Motherfucker. Scoring pretty well, like 4th or 5th in the league. Average schedule. Lamar, basically without Lamar for a lot of this season, so I guess we'll see if he can like pick up the scoring. God, who was he? Oh, he had Jackson Dart, who's like fine, I guess.
Yeah.
This is a weird one to me. I don't know what to think of this team.
It is really weird because, like, obviously coming out of the draft, we all had him ranked pretty low, and he had a few draft picks that just completely saved his whole team. Like Tyler Warren has been great. Travis Etienne late in the draft has been great, and then getting Quentin Johnson after week 1 has saved him a lot too.
Yeah, sorry, there was like a white noise in the background. Yeah, it's so weird because this team doesn't have a number 1 wide receiver technically, depending on what you think of Huge. They don't. It has like 1 number 1 running back, or 2, I guess. ETN. And then it's just really good. It's like, what?
Yeah, I honestly don't. It is a weird one.
Yeah. I'm curious what. I mean, unfortunately, I think his depth has kind of been ravaged. I mean, obviously, he lost Tyreek Hill. Did he lose someone else? I forget. I don't know. This season's so long.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh,
he's had Lamar out a couple times.
And he drafted Jaden Reed as well, which didn't work out. God, I'm like scrolling back to the draft, like, God, who did he even fucking draft? Because obviously we didn't. So yeah, HM,
that shit was
Hill,
like 3 months
Lamar,
ago.
Waddle, DJ Moore, Tyrone Tracy, Jaden Reed as his first 7 picks. So 4 of those 7 picks have either been benched or are out.
And he's 5-2.
And he's 5-2.
That's crazy.
He's even started Kyle Pitts at flex this week, which is just crazy. Honestly, I'm here for it. I think Banglewood is B tier.
I agree. Honestly, he might be above B-Way. No, he's below B-Way.
I do think he's below B-Way. I think they're
they're pretty close.
I think if Lamar like comes back and is true to form, he could bump up to like the top of B-Way. Also, I think B. Oh yeah, I think B should just be Buffalo Wings.
I agree
because that's like
nice. It's in the middle. It's solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Buffalo.
Oh, true.
There we go. With that extra O down there.
It connects. It's okay. Buffalo. Oh my God. Don't criticize my fucking spelling. It was correct. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see if Banglewood, how far he's able to get in the playoffs. Like, this doesn't seem like a team that could get on a heater to me. But he's almost guaranteed. I mean, I'm not going to jinx him. He's like pretty close to guaranteed playoffs. He needs 2 wins out of the next 7 games to get to 7. We've never had a 7-win team miss playoffs. Okay, next. Oh, God. Fuck. It's the fucking hospital
Who's
wing.
this guy? It's the hospital wing.
Okay, it's the team where every pick is either ass.
Can I just say, I've played fantasy for a long time, and your starting lineup this week is one of the nastiest things I've ever seen in my life. It's so bad.
Listen, I'm fully expecting to put myself at the bottom of the bomb watch. That I think it has to happen. I don't know how the fuck you said we should all be C tier because we're close. There is no way my team is not the bomb watch.
Honestly, I forgot how many players you've lost.
I calculated yesterday, my first 7 picks combined played like 20 games out of 49 possible. And that's because Kyron Williams and shit-ass Jameson Williams played all of them. So, Jameson Williams, I'm not even sure he is playing.
Jared Goff doesn't know.
Bro, they threw him 8 times one game. He only had 2 catches. Like, what are we doing? He had 3 drops and 2 catches. Brock Purdy looking ass, not playing. Braylon Allen, IR. Jaden Blue just now started making the roster. Torrey Horton looked good early. AFK. Mark Andrews, not on my roster. Joe Conquo, not on my roster. Ricky Pearsall, fucking sitting in the hospital, just like, get me the fucking bottom. Jesus
Came back
Christ.
for like 5 plays in the Jags game, and then he's back, gone again.
Mike Evans comes back from a fucking hamstring injury and just dies on the field.
Gets in a car crash.
Marion Hampton has like 3 good games and just fucking rolls his ankle. And now they're like, oh, it may be 6 weeks. Like, I gotta trade him away for shit-ass Canine and Wandale Robinson. Okay, crash out's over.
Next team.
God, now I'm like, should we move Trisha out of the bomb watch?
No, she's 1 in 5. She has 2 less wins than you. She definitely has to be in there here and there.
That's fair. This season has triggered me beyond belief. In my other 2 leagues, I'm 13-1 combined.
That's crazy.
One of my leagues, I'm scoring 20% higher than second place, and I fucking and then I just have the goddamn St. Jude's on my fucking SimStation roster. Oh,
you need to get a sponsor, dude.
Literally, yeah. Just like Blue Cross Blue Shield. Don't end up like this, sorry fuck. All right, next team is Becca. Becca is 4-3. I didn't realize she was scoring this well until we started this. She's 4th in scoring. Not an easy schedule, kind of like middle of the pack.
Mm-hmm.
Did she really scoring this high? Holy shit. Oh, she had a 158 game. What the hell?
Yeah.
Missed that one. Okay, yeah. Her team, what do you think?
She definitely got saved a little bit with this Joe Flacco trade, saving Jamar Chase. And then also drafting Quinshon Judkins and him not ending up getting suspended because he has been really, really good and would be like the biggest issue we saw with this team coming into the season when we were ranking it after the draft was she had 1 running back. Like, it was Josh Jacobs, and that was it. Because Joe Mixon is just doesn't exist anymore. So that is a huge deal for her. And then Drake London and Jamar Chase. And then, like I said earlier, Drake May has been really, honestly, better than I thought he would be. So...
Yeah, I mean, she kind of got bailed out because her first quarterback drafted was Justin Fields. She didn't actually draft Drake May.
Yeah.
And Justin Fields is pretty ass, but Drake May turned out to be a phenomenal pick. He's number 3 in quarterbacks right now with our scoring. And yeah, I mean, she drafted 5 running backs. Only 2 are even on this team. And the fact that Judkins didn't get suspended is kind of crazy, but I guess you got to respect it for working out. Drake London is also starting to kind of get in a groove. I mean, over 10 targets 3 games in a row, including I think he had like 16 against Buffalo 2 weeks ago. What the fuck is that?
Dude, yeah. The Falcons are such a weird team. Like they got shut out, dominated 30-0 by the Panthers, and then like 2 weeks later beat the Bills in primetime. I'm like, what is happening with this team?
It's home versus away. If you look at their schedule, week 1 they're at home against, I think, Tampa Bay, competitive. Next 2 weeks they beat the Vikings in that terrible Sunday Night Football game. They go to that was in Minnesota. Then they go to Carolina, get blown out. Come home for Washington, beat them in a shootout. Beat Buffalo at home, and then go to San Francisco and shit the bed. It's like home and away. Michael Penix is a completely different being. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, that is weird. I will say this team feels very top heavy. Like if she gets 2 injuries, she's fucked. But with the health that she has right now, it's a pretty good team.
Yeah, she also does have Marvin Harrison still in the back as like another flex option. Obviously, she doesn't have to play Kamani Vidal. But yeah, and if Travis Hunter is actually good, that could be huge as well for her depth. But running back wise, I completely agree. Vidal's not a starting caliber player, so like if one of her top 2 running backs gets hurt, which is always possible with Josh Jacobs, then it could be looking really bad. I struggle where to place this. My thought is either bottom of A or top of B. The ceiling's pretty high is the problem.
Yeah, the ceiling is pretty high, but the floor is pretty low.
Yeah. But like I'm comparing it to B-Way, and I just feel like Becca's team is way better. But I don't.
But
think
then you look at Brett's, and I feel like Brett's is a good margin better. Let's put her top of B for now.
Okay. B is usually the one that gets
maybe
filled
these
the most
other two.
anyways. So
Yeah.
this kind of makes sense depending on where these guys go. Okay, another interesting team to me is Biz. Because again, I don't think we realized that she was 11th in the league in scoring with the second easiest schedule in the whole league. Sitting down at 3-4. She's had some horrible injury luck with tight ends, specifically. George Kittle, Brenton Strange, and I think there was one more that she ended up cutting.
Yeah, I think there was 2.
And then she traded for Sam Laporta, which is interesting. She has George Kittle and isn't starting him.
It was a bit of a weird... Yeah, it was a bit of a weird timing. It was like I thought the trade was fine in itself, but it was a weird timing of the trade because it happened the week that George Kittle came back. So I was like, are we starting both of them? Like, are we starting Laporta and George Kittle? And right now she has George Kittle on the bench for Theo Johnson. I would hope that isn't what she actually plans to do going into the week, but who knows?
Yeah, the problem is she has 3 good wide receivers. So then it's like, do you bench, like who, Roma Dunze or Devonta Smith to play Laporta at flex? It's just it was kind of or do you try to trade George Kittle? Will be the other option if she believes in Laporta.
It's possible.
And like her running backs are just not good. I think it's the biggest problem here. Genty has been a massive disappointment just because that team fucking blows.
Dude, it's been so like weird, surprising to me how bad Geno has been. Like, I mean, I know it's in part due to their O-line, but I felt like he was going to be better than he is.
I mean, he's also throwing to nobody. Like, when Jacoby Myers wants to play, he's their clear number 1. Brock Bowers has been hurt the whole year. So we're throwing to Trey Tucker, I guess.
Yeah, and I think Brock Bowers comes back after the bye this week, but who knows if he's actually like back in form.
Yeah. And then she has David Montgomery, who is always just a question mark. Like, he can always pop off, but he can always just be terrible, too. And then Dowdle was good for a little while, but who knows what's going to happen with the Hubbard Dowdle situation. Oh my god.
What do you think compared to my team? Where's this team? Do we think she's below me or above me?
Shit, now I gotta do some comparison. My thought is she's a little below. Just because I just feel like her running backs are just not good. And she's got you beat at some places. Obviously, tight end. She's got you beat at flex, probably. It's also I can't think of your actual roster because this fucking trade hasn't gone through, so I have to like replace all your goddamn players in my head, and it's really annoying.
Yeah, I was gonna say after the trade, I feel like my team is probably better.
I think I agree. I mean, her team is just not scoring points. I think she's better than Trisha by a little bit. Have they played?
Yeah, I would say bottom of C. I don't think so. Maybe though.
Let's see. So, Biz has not played Trisha. That's interesting.
She has played you and me.
Yeah, they play in week 11. But yeah, I think I'm good to put her at bottom of C. Let's hope, for her sake, that her team needs Dowdle to be the one to run to be as good as he's been for several weeks. I think to have it, and then for Genty to be a little more consistent to have any chance here.
I agree.
Or she needs to trade one of her tight ends for someone who can play. Yeah, a running back. But who doesn't need a running back? Okay, finally we have Steele. Steele is, if my fucking Yahoo will load, Steele is the fifth place team, middle-ish in scoring, middle-ish in strength of schedule, 4-3, and a middle-ish roster, in my opinion.
I agree. I mean, he's got some bright spots. Like, his running backs are pretty good. Jalen Warren's been really good. Obviously, Bijan's been really, really good. I mean, literally every time Bijan touches the ball, he's just looks like the best player on the field. But outside of his running backs, it's a little sketchy. I mean, Devontae Adams has been good. And without Puka there, it makes him even better. But Brock Bowers hasn't been great. I can't even remember how Dallas Goedert has done. I feel like he's had some pretty good games.
He had that one game a couple weeks ago against the Giants. Maybe he had 100 yards and a touchdown. I think he's getting targets, but not like a lot of points, which is like the Dallas Goedert. That's like what he does every
Experience.
year. Yeah. T. Higgins has also been pretty disappointing, which I feel like maybe that gets better with Joe Flacco. Like last week was his best week of the season. And he should have had 6 more points, but he slid instead of getting the touchdown. Or he didn't score on purpose. I don't know if he slid or what, but
yeah, I would say this is probably a bottom of B tier, maybe top of C tier.
Yeah, so I think it's worse than B-Way. And I think it's better than Justin. I'm trying to compare it to Bengalwood. To me, this team is I think this team's a little stronger than Bengalwood, personally. Just, like, the receiver's a big issue, but everything else is pretty solid.
Yeah.
Whereas Bengalwood has some pretty big question marks.
I would say it's slightly above Bengalwood.
Yeah. Now, honestly, this is about the normal curve we've been seeing as like being the most. It's a little more bottom heavy this time, but I do think there's a gap.
It does feel like that.
I think the top 3 teams to me are pretty clear.
Agreed.
And then it's kind of just like everybody else. Like I could see like the teams in the bottom being top of B tier by the end, but I don't really see anyone towards the bottom except maybe like Becca or B-Way breaking into the top. And I'd be pretty shocked if our title team wasn't one of the top 3.
But fantasy crazy.
But fantasy do be crazy. What's a shit sea sauce? I forgot we have to do. Oh God.
Don't
know. Okay. Oh, there's my spelling. Just chicken.
Just chicken.
Okay, bet.
That's a good one.
There's our tier list.
All
I think it's pretty reflective of how the league is going. Let me screenshot this so when the podcast episode posts, I can post a little screenshot, see how we're doing.
A little screeny.
No one has any clue this episode's going to happen today, so we're just going to fucking shadow drop it on their ass.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, I'll let you get to the Vikings game. It's about halfway through the first quarter, like I predicted. Beans, fuck off.
True.
All right, and that was another episode of the SimStation Internet Football Podcast. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.